Hey guys, this is Love is Dead, and what I got for you today, it is going to be Dendi playing Templar Assassin. And why I'm showing you this is I'm going to be taking a look at, I'm going to be continuing this series, but this is going to be the first one. It's going to be a look at pro players in pubs and what exactly, they do and what you might be able to learn from them. So one of the themes that I'm going to express and harp on is to making sure that when you're playing a hero, you have an awareness of, well, everything around you. Doesn't matter what hero you're playing, you still need to know everything around you. But most importantly, that you have a goal in mind and a style of play that you're going to be set by. You can change this idea as you learn more about the match as things progress. But it's important to keep in mind that things are always situational, and if you don't have a specific goal, if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you get yourself into a lot of sticky situations. And this is where I think that a pro player like Dendi or anyone that's gotten themselves to the next level of play is able to do, along with the just basic skills that they have already. But I think this is one as I play with people, I find that a lot of them kind of get lost in what they're doing. They don't really play optimally because they don't have a specific idea in mind that they're going for. So what we're going to look at today is Templar Assassin, and with her skill set, if you've probably seen her play, but her skill set allows her to be extremely aggressive, and what she is going to do is need to get kills as after she gets level 6, and she's going to have to continue to focus on heroes, provide pressure. If she's not able to provide that pressure, she kind of tapers off later on into the game if the enemy has been able to farm. So it's really important for Templar Assassin players to take note of who they're playing against and who is going to be the good players, the good heroes to pick off. And it's going to be playing mid. Templar Assassin is usually played mid. With Refraction, as you know, it's got instances of negated damage, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what her power is in the mid lane, is that she can just negate instances of damage every 17 seconds as a cooldown. So one thing that what screws her up a good amount, and what the reason why you've seen Batrider picked against her a lot in the past months or so, now that he's been buffed, is the damage over time he can provide, because every time she takes an instance of damage, the refraction goes away. So if you have like a hero that can do that, um, you can stand against her a bit better in lane. So looking at the lineup, this is what you should do as you start a match. Try to guess. You don't even have to be right, but try to be aware of who you're playing against and who you might be laned against. Even just taking a guess is better than not doing anything at all and just saying like, what I get is what I get. But so what could happen is you could have Doombringer mid, who's got damage over time with his Scorched Earth. You got Huskar, who could play mid, and he does have damage over time as well with his Burning Spear. Or you could have Sniper being played mid, and he's just got a lot of range. Could deal a little bit of harass, could deal with refraction that way, but not as optimal as sort of damage over time. And Necrolite, who also is a common mid, and that's actually who Dendi is going to be playing against. And he does have a damage over time spell. It is Heartstopper Aura, but it's HP removal. That means that it doesn't actually trigger as damage. So anything like a salve or a clarity or a bottle will not be canceled by it, and that goes the same for refraction. So what I want to focus on, though, is making sure that you know exactly what Dendi's plan is or why he's doing the things he's doing, and he's not just playing Dota as some amorphous thing and like just getting killed. Like getting kills is not really a goal. You always want to get kills, but you can break it down to a little bit further and figure out exactly what your goal should be, and if you can do that, you'll be able to focus and ensure that you're playing well. So we're going to go on player perspective. I'm going to watch his mouse movements, and I'll keep mine away. Dell's going to come in here, and Dazzle actually is not going to. I'm going to spoil a lot of things for you during this replay, but Dev's not actually going to do anything. I'm not sure what his plan was here. Um, so just doing the body block. It's really important for your mid lane. Kind of getting screwed up by Dazzle, but he's got it all right. So he does get a good body block off. He's now going to be up against Necro. So let's take a look. I just want to pause it again and take a look at what we got here. We got Templar Assassin versus Necro. Necro really, now that he knows who he's up against, what Necro can do is not a whole lot against Templar Assassin. He has, let's see, let's go to him. He hasn't skilled anything, apparently. I guess he waited to see. I'm not sure if he's going to skill the Heartstopper or not. Hopefully he knows that that's not actually going to work against Refraction. But what Necro's goal is just to sit in the lane and get experience and get farm. He just needs to get big so he can be like a tank in a team fight and just stick around in team fights. That's Necro's role. He has the ability to do so with Death Pulse. He can heal himself. He's got Sadist, which now gives him a bonus regen anytime he gets a kill. And Heartstopper Aura, it really is not going to be. It can be useful in some lanes. You get 1 point in it, but really, it's not going to be. It's not going to be do anything against Templar Assassin. So Dendi knows this. He's got Refraction that he's skilled. This is the basic build on Templar Assassin, and he knows that he can be as aggressive as he wants because there's really nothing Necro can do about it. Necro can kind of deal a little bit of damage with his heal. He's probably not going to be able to kill Necro until he gets his psionic traps. But he can. All he really needs to do is make sure that Necro just doesn't get the farm that he needs in the early game, and he has the power to do it just because Templar Assassin is such an aggressive hero. And you're just going to see that he's going to be relentlessly aggressive. I'm only going to focus on this for a couple minutes, then I'm going to skip to whenever he gets level 6, because not a whole lot happens. He's doing the things he needs to do, but it's not terribly exciting. It's quite obvious he's just trying to deny, keep the creep wave back, make sure Necrolite doesn't get anything. Just push him back whenever he can. He's already used 2 refractions at this point. Can put up a third. And he's actually now, I didn't mention his starting build, but as you can see, he only got Tangos, and he hasn't had to use anything yet. Tangos and GG branches. And that's going to allow him to get a really early bottle, which he's got now by the minute mark. And he's going to go in Necro, making sure he can deal as much damage as he can to Necro, keep him pressured back. But Necro has to dive behind his tower. He's got about half health. And Templar Assassin doing the job. Dendi's doing a job that he needs to do. And he's happy with that. He's already got his bottle. That's going to mean he's going to be quite powerful. And Necro just going to have a hard time pushing Templar Assassin out of lane. That's going to mean that Dendi is pretty much free to get last hits. As you can see, the heal really doesn't do a whole lot in terms of nuke damage. Just going to help Necro stay alive. So he's got his bottle. Continue getting some more mana regen from the bottle. It's going to allow him to stay in lane even more. He's skilled up side blades. So there's it depends on what you want to do. You have side blades, which will give you bonus attack range, as well as that ability to harass. You always want at least 1 point in it. Or meld, which gives you bonus damage and armor reduction. So if you can get in really close to the heroes you're going to be picking off as you go later on into the game, if you're not worried about your range, you can go more of a meld build. But if you're worried about your range, you can go into side blades, get some attack range, and get 1 point in meld. So what he's going to do right here is he's actually not looking for a kill. He's a nice body block here with the illusion, but he's just kind of trying to be a pain to Necrolite. Play a little bit of mind games, saying like, if I'm missing, you need to. It doesn't mean you're free to farm. It means that I'm probably going to come get you. Mind games are definitely important in this game, like all other games. And if you can do anything to throw your opponent off and make him feel unsafe where he is, where he thinks he is safe, that is something you should do. So anyways, I'm going to skip to where he gets level 6 because Templar Assassin really can't do anything until they get the psionic traps up and goes on a regen rune, and now he's got the psionic trap. Pop one down immediately, put it down right where it's likely that Necro is going to be standing. The AoE on this thing is huge. It's huge. So he can hit, basically, if Necro shows up, he can hit him. There he does. That's slow. And he's going to go and pop off a meld to start off with, get the armor reduction. That's going to deal a lot more damage. Pops off yet another trap, and that's going to be the end of him. Popping off the refraction to make sure he saves himself. So now he's like, well, I have won that lane. Necro's kind of screwed. I have the power to go ganking. And now he knows that Doombringer, if you I don't know if you tried jungling with him or not, but he's not going to have a lot of health when he's in the jungle generally. So Dendi knows this, and he's going to go hunting for this hero. So let's go back and hit play. And he sees him, going to come in. He is going for it, but right now we have Ogre Magi, who's coming in from the side. You have Doombringer, who's getting close to the tower, so it's going to be difficult for Templar Assassin to get rid of his 475 health. Even though he does have the minus armor. Right now, I don't know if Dendi really knows this, but he's taking up a Wildkin that gives him a toughness aura, so that does give him 6 armor when he usually has 0 natively. And so it is going to be hard for him to kill him here, especially with Ogre Magi coming in. So he knows this, and he changes his decision. And that's the important part of this team fight. He's screwed. He says, nope, all right, I'll go over Ogre Magi because Doombringer is going back to the tower. And what he also knows is that his partner over here, Bounty Hunter, is now in the woods and is capable of helping out with the gank. So the positioning is now better to kill Ogre Magi than it is to go for Doombringer, who's going to be near the tower, who's going to be within tower range. So now he's going to so Dendi now decides to transition to Ogre Magi. And he knows Bounty Hunter's coming in. And they're going to go Psionic Traps to start it off. A couple right clicks, and that's going to be on the Ogre Magi. But now, situation has changed because Sniper is now here, and Doombringer, who has a good amount of health. Sniper is level 7, Doombringer is level 3, so Doombringer is kind of a non-issue, but still, you don't want to be too... You don't want to be, you don't want to get over cocky, overconfident. So now it is 2-on-2, and they're kind of in a bad position. Dendi's got plenty of, they both have good mana, but their stuff's on cooldown right now. So he's going to have to back off here a little bit. Oh, sorry, he's not going to back off, but he's going to have to be a little careful with what he's doing. He's taking tower damage. He send out yet another slow. Knows that he can't actually finish off evil before dying to the tower, so he does back off, and that's why I was messed up and said he was going to back off. He's going to back off at this point. But he goes in for another slow and goes and gets a kill. This is definitely over-aggressive, but he decided he wanted the kill anyway. Necrolate popped off his dust. That's going to reveal Bounty Hunter. Make sure that Templar Assassin can't get away with the meld. And it's going to be finished off right there. But he's going to buy back into the game, coming right back in, trying to get a return kill. But Necro has seen it and is backing off. So, this is the thing about quick decisions and knowing what your role is and what your hero's strengths are. And now he sees that Doombringer is trying to get a little bit of farm this way, which is a really good way to jungle with Doombringer. But he's going to come in and try to screw that one up. He knows that Doombringer is near now, and he's got almost no health, so he's going to go and finish him off with a meld really quick right here. So this is good for Templar Assassin. That is now 3 kills. Let's look at the situation. Has Cookie over here, Sniper in the mid lane, pretty far out of position considering that Templar Assassin is here, but they know Templar Assassin is there, and Necrolite is here as well. So he's going to go and place a trap here, and this is actually an important trap because this is one of the camps that's safe for Doombringer to kill because it's so far back. So if he has vision of it, it's going to be good for him to know where Doombringer is. And later on you'll see that he uses that. He is actually going to go on Sniper all the way from the back, finds himself Necrolite, but he's taking a lot of damage from the towers. Refraction is almost up. He's not really finding Necro. He's getting juked a bit. Now he eats 2 ultimates, and all because of the juking from Necrolite. So a bit of a feed, but it's only 2 deaths, 3 kills. Templar Assassin still doing pretty alright. He's going for the meld because he's not worried too much about his attack range. He'll tell me the attack range. Attack range 200, so 200 plus, where was it? 200 plus 60, 260. It's really not a lot of range. You're basically a melee here. You're not technically, but basically you are. Well, now they see that there's a kill. He pops off one of his traps for Bounty Hunter, coming in as far as he can. I don't think Ogre Magi really anticipates this happening, or he should have been running away, but Templar Assassin now coming in, and they're going to finish off him. And as you can see, they now know where Evil is. Not going to be able to get him. Killing spree up on Sniper, actually getting Dazzle. Popping down a blind, I'm not sure if he was able to see Necrolite there, but that was kind of blind. Necrolite went away, so he's just going to go for Cookie, who's revealed himself. So this is the thing about Templar Assassin, as I was saying. His goal at level 6 is just to roam and get kills. Since he's been able to do that successfully, he's going to continue to do that, and that's his focus. While the rest of his team can go, like Drow Ranger can farm, he can help out Bounty Hunter with more track kills, and he's just being aware of what his focus is, and how to go about achieving it without getting lost. So, anyways, he's going to continue to pressure the other team this way. And now Cookie is going to try to get away here. And this is kind of, so I'm going to talk about this just a tiny bit. This is a juke spot, but Dendi knows where he's going, and he has no TP scroll. So if you're kind of looking at it like right here, it looks like, yeah, it's probably going to be a kill for Templar Assassin. What he should have done is just continue to run back to base, because this juke spot is not really going to work out when the enemy knows where you are. So not so much of a juke, but he does have TP that's actually going to come in and support him. Now it's a 2v1 situation, so Dendi has gone. He's like, look at this kill, but nope, can't do that. Gotta worry about Ogre Magi, who's now here. 2v1. I don't really want to go on this. So he's just going to kind of say he's going to deal damage to Ogre Magi, try to scare him off. He has dust on him. Now 3 heroes TPing in. They could have gotten. I really think they could have gotten this kill, but they kind of dabbled around a little bit. And he's kind of like, oh, maybe I'll do this. And then Huskar's coming in. And he's just going to kind of sit there because he knows that he can't do anything. And the reason he knows all this is because of this ward. This is actually a very good ward to have. He gives you this tons of vision in this lane. So he knew that Ogre was coming in and he had to back off. Things like that. So as we talk about this, he is sitting in here. 4 heroes are now here wasting time on him. So any minute that as long as he sits here, he's not actually wasting anyone. It's fine for him to sit here just because there are 4 heroes here that should be farming. 3 that should be farming, 1's the support. He's just kind of wasting their time. Has a TP scroll, gets himself out with refraction, and gets himself away. Now Drow's a bit up forward. I should be able to get away. They're going to get a kill. They're going to try to look for a kill on Necrolite, the heal, making him a bit powerful. Dendi's just watching this. And it's kind of an interesting play coming in here from Daz. He's going to shallow grave himself. That gives him safety from this ultimate that actually wasn't going to kill him anyway. But then he dies for the tower as soon as the shallow grave wears off. So he could have waited a little bit longer before popping that off. But at least he got the kill. So Templar Assassin coming in. They don't have vision of anyone right now except for possibly Ogre down here. And he's just going to pressure in this tower, waiting for something to happen. Going into the jungle now, looking again, not going to let up on Evil. Sees him, spots him out, tries to get a kill, pops off the meld. But let's see where he gets vision. I'm not sure how he knew that he was kind of screwed in this situation here. Maybe he heard the teleport. I think he already knew that there were so many heroes mid, but given that Doombringer is not dead yet, he needed to back off from the situation. He looked at it, looked like a good spot to deal some harassment, but he has really no help. He has Bounty Hunter that's close, not close enough. He's got Disruptor who's close, but again not close enough, so he needs to back away from that kill, not dive it and lose his life, because if he dies here, If he dies here, that means he's got two of his friends that are probably going to go in anyway, and die as well, because 4 on 2 usually doesn't work out so well. So good that he backed off. Now he's waiting for the situation to change. Nuki is now here. That means he's ready to go. Disruptor is here. A lot of damage on Ogre. They have a nice pen. The ultimate coming out from Disruptor going to help. You have an Assassinate. Refraction popped off right now. He's low on life, so he knows he can't dive in. He's being kind of a distraction. It's looking not so great for them. He has to back himself away, trying to check on his teammates. They do lose Disruptor, but he sees that 4 of them are now there. And you have a meld coming off. Refraction now popped off. And now he's going to try to hide himself away with a meld. His teammates helping him out. Shallow Grave at the right time. Actually going to save him from the Assassinate. And then they get a kill on Sniper, and then going to finish off this kill on Huskar. So it is actually going really well for Templar Assassin now. And I'm not going to... I guess it's not really a mystery that Dendi's going to win this one. There's really not a whole lot they can do. Doombringer hasn't been able to farm. Necro hasn't been able to farm. Sniper's not doing so hot. So nothing's really going well for the Dire. And he's just going to continue to assert his pressure, because he knows that's what the problem is. He's pinging Doombringer right now. His 2 heroes are here. My dog is barking, because that's what a dog does. I think we're just going to... There's one more team fight that's worth watching, and then it's pretty much just a roll through. But what I wanted to do is, even in team fight, so you see now he's still using that ward. I think this is the last team fight that's worth watching. He's going to pop off the meld, going to focus on Necrolite first. He's got the lower amount of hit points. Thinks he can take him out quicker. He's the first one that you want to focus on, then Doombringer. Doombringer's going to go down as well. The rest of the team is here. Ogre, get a glimpse back. He's got Doom, but it's not really a problem. And Ogre's going to go down to this one, taking a little bit too much tower damage, so he has to back off. So really what I wanted to show is how to play aggressively, but do it safely and smartly. So Cookie's doing the same thing again. Dendi knows where he is, and doesn't have a TP scroll, so he's just going to melt away to Templar Assassin. And there he goes. But so this is it continues on like this, and Dendi's, the rest of the team, they just roll through. But really just wanted to highlight, the focus that Dendi knew he had, continuing with his goal, setting his goal, continuing with it, and in team fights, making sure he's aware of the situation and aware that things will change in half a second, and he has to adapt to that. So hopefully you could see that, and hopefully maybe you learned something from the video. But give me some feedback if you have any. I'd really like to hear about it. And thank you for watching. I'm Love is Dead, and hopefully you'll tune in for the next one.